Prophecy about Jesus, Prophet Isaiah, 700 BC, crucifixion of Jesus and his resurrection. Heaven prophesied through Prophet Isaiah about the death of Jesus and his resurrection, thus paying the ransom to the devil for the sins of mankind. The fulfillment of this prophecy by Jesus has conclusively proved that Jesus is indeed the Messiah. He is not a Muslim. Whatever Allah said is a nonsense. Isaiah 51, 1. Who has believed our report, and whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form of comeliness, and when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief, and we hide, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people he was stricken. He was cut off from the land of the living, died. And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death he died. His death was prophesied, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the labor of his soul. That means he will resurrect and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant shall justify many. He will justify many after resurrection, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore, I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death. And he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sins of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. So Jesus did everything. Jesus fulfilled all these prophetic words. Isaiah 53 is a very relevant, very powerful one. Allah cannot do anything about Isaiah 53. Allah has recorded in the Quran saying, they have not killed Jesus, and Jesus did not die on the cross. Surah 4, 157. Thus Allah had attempted to falsify the history of the world 600 years later. A foolish thing, of course. Surah 4, 157. And for boasting we killed the Messiah, son, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. But they neither killed nor crucified him. It was made only to appear to. Okay. Surah 4, 158. Rather Allah raised him up to himself, and Allah is almighty. What a duplicate thing. Except the Satan, the old serpent, who had lost to Jesus on the cross when he yielded his spirit into the hands of his Father, thus getting Satan's head crushed and lost all his powers. No one else would dare tell a lie like this, denying the death of Jesus on the cross.